But I noticed that a lot of fans or a lot of even YouTube channels that cover boxing are bringing race into the role of boxing on a grand scale. In my opinion, okay, put it this way. I'm not one of those channels that picks a fighter just because they're black, even though I'm a black dude. I'm not that's not how I roll. I pick the people who are gonna win fights based off of resume, experience, whether they've been knocked down or whatever the case may be, how they looked in past fights. I don't say, you know what, Deontay Wilder, he's black. I'm an Uncle Tom. I'm not gonna pick him. I'm picking Alexander Povetkin. That's not my logic. My logic is goddamn, the man fought Johan Duhaupas, Eric Molina, Artur Szpilka is okay, Nikolai Further, Jason Gavern, names that we think, okay, how did he get a title shot in the first place? But with excellent management or advice, he maneuvered and finagled his way up the rankings, just like a lot of people now are questioning how is Anthony Joshua ranked so high by the WBC, the IBF, the WBO? How did Joseph Parker get ranked #1 by the WBO? That's just how boxing works. So when I say that I feel Alexander Povetkin will beat Deontay Wilder, it's not because of race. It's because of the fact that, well, when you look at the resume, the man's been in there with Klitschko in an ugly, intimate affair. He's been in there with Marco Huck, who was a cruiserweight who had moved up. He's been in there with Hasim Rahman at the end of his career, Ruslan Chagiev, who's now the WBA world champion. He's been in there with Carlos Takam, Mike Perez. And when you stack up, when you put both of the resumes side by side and the amateur background side by side, who is the better fighter on paper? Alexander Povetkin. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Now we're going to see how serious Deontay Wilder is about being the unified, undisputed champion of the world. Now, there's been dirty rumors circulating around that he's not going to fight, or that he wasn't going to fight Alexander Povetkin. He was going to drop the WBC title or ask the WBC for another extension to fight Charles Martin to become a unified champion that way. Well, we'll see if that happens. But when it comes to the Povetkin and Wilder fight, they got until February 26th to get a deal done. Now, what happens on February 26th is the purse bid. Now, Al Heyman's money is long. Deontay Wilder doesn't want to fight in Russia. Whoever wins the purse bid will have promotional rights to the fight, whether it's Alexander Povetkin's team or Deontay Wilder's team. If Alexander Povetkin's team wins the purse bid, which likely they can, they have money just as long, if not longer, than Al Heyman's. Then, and at this point in time, with the other issues going on with Al Heyman's fighter and Heyman Boxing and PBC, we don't know if they have the money to bid $20 million for Deontay Wilder versus Alexander Povetkin. But to get back to my point, if Alexander Povetkin's team wins the purse bid, then they decide where the fight's going to take place. Deontay Wilder wants the fight to take place in the United States, likely in the Barclays Center. He said he has no interest in going overseas to fight, to fight Alexander Povetkin. Now, if Deontay Wilder, Al Heyman wins the purse bid, then all the stars align. They can get Alexander Povetkin to come over here and the fight can happen. But we don't know if these two sides can get a deal done before the February 26th deadline. We don't know if Alexander Povetkin wants to come over here and fight in the United States. He said in the past that he would want to. Also, he was at the last Barclays fight of Deontay Wilder against Artur Szpilka and did some pretty good interviews with the Boxing Voice. Right now, it's like this. I feel that Deontay Wilder is going to go ahead and fight Alexander Povetkin, but I don't feel he's going to win. If the fight's going to happen, it's going to happen in very late May or very late April or sometime in May. It's looking like May. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.